Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Hotel Cockerel. It's me, Jose, and
Colin, hey, how's it going, everyone?
how are you, Colin, today?
I'm not too bad. Could complain, but what's the point? Life's not too bad. Things are going pretty good. It's almost Friday, you know. Um,
Yeah,
and you, buddy?
yeah. I've been ill all week since Saturday. Still getting over it now. Probably can hear it in my voice. Um,
Un petit.
my ears as well. They're rigging at the moment. Still feel chesty and that, but hopefully we'll get all that out of the way. Um, But yeah, I haven't done a show for a while, and things have been happening in the background, and I just haven't done a show. And I had one planned for Sunday, um, and I was due to be in the office today, but because of being ill and that, I didn't go to the office today. So I'm just doing this show now, and go back to won't have another show till Sunday now. But yeah, so basically, the long and short of it is since your show, I think you did a show Saturday on Talk and Ball. It was you
Mhm.
and Alan, wasn't it?
Correct. Yes,
And I,
sir.
and I and I popped on, and I wasn't feeling well. And I popped on, um, and on after your show on Talk and Ball on Saturday, I got to 500 subs and surpassed it. So it's a thank you very much to, and I'm going to probably thank people again on Sunday as well. But it's thank you to everyone that supported me to get me to the 500 subs. Um, which now means that now that I've got to 500, it's the first part of the YouTube partnership, which enables me to have memberships and super chats and stickers. And I know that I have a member already because the person joined or became a member a couple of days ago, but he's not in the chat at the moment. But I have a member. I have a member, and I'd like to thank my first ever member is Rakdos Madness, is Alan.
Nice. Alan's a good dude.
So what
He's
I've
good
done is
people.
it's there on screen, but I've pinned it into the chat. So the chat's got the membership link pinned in there. Um, so yeah, I've got to that, and then apart from that, it's just been all about the European Championships. So there's not much Tottenham talk. We could talk about Tottenham players that have played in European Championships. Copa America is going on at the moment at the same time. You've got a few Tottenham players that are playing in that. Um, but really, um, as the thumbnail says, um, could it be? I said at the start. I start the competition. At the start of the competition because you knew which way. If people won their groups, you knew which way they were going to be going, didn't you?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
by knowing that, I had my foot in two camps because I thought England win their group, Spain win their group. They're on opposite sides, and they could go all the way and meet in the final. But on paper, it's easy. In reality, it's different because in reality, France didn't win their group, Belgium didn't win their group, and by them two not winning their group, it's made it lopsided, whereby England are in the easier, if you like. If it comes down to all right, I'm going to rephrase what I said. I'm going to say if you look at it on FIFA rankings,
Hmm.
England are on the easier side because on the other side you've got Spain, Germany, Spain, Portugal, France, Belgium. So from the eight in the last 16, from the eight on the left hand side, five of them five are in that group. And then England, little old England, are on the right hand side. And I don't know. I don't know who's the nearest people. England, I think, are ranked fifth in the world. And I don't think there's anyone in single figures on their side of the draw. So it kind of looks lopsided, and there's different ways of looking at this. I mean, looking at the World Cup in 2018, England got favourable split and draw by not winning the group or whatever they did then, and they got all the way to the semi-final, didn't they?
They did.
Then in the Euro Championships, again, they had a favourable split again, and they reached the final. Okay, this time round they haven't played that well, but they've got such a favourable split again. It's just unbelievable the split they've got again.
When are they going to take advantage of it finally?
Well, on performance at the moment, it's hard to say they're going to take advantage of anything. But it's just absolute madness. Let me see if I can find it.
So, I don't know. I'm sure we'll get into it more, but what is for a team that has so many talented players in every position, really? I don't know. I just wonder why England never seems to be able to play cohesively or in a way that's easy on the eye. I mean, I guess it has to do with the coaching, obviously, but other national teams, I know the national team, football or isn't going to be as pretty usually as like club football. The players don't have as much time to train together to take in what their manager wants them to do. But other teams manage to just look so much better at it, so much more cohesive and winning less on like individual strengths than England. But I don't know. That's just a casual observation.
Let's just so do you know what I've done? We've just carried on talking, not forgot to say hello. So yeah, just to remind everyone, thank you everyone so much. But the membership link is now pinned in the chat. Right, Adrian, I presume this is says Spurs Die Hard, says good afternoon, Jose Colin et al. Ryan G, big up Jose Colin, hope you're doing well. Hi Ryan, looks like Wolves are making moves in the market already. DC Hive from a warm but very windy Leicester. Howdy folks from Ted Lasso. Hello Ted, how are you? Copper Europa looks much easy for the United Kingdom to win.
I love it. I love Ted. Yep, he's a good dude.
You've got DC saying for the third competition run in Southgate is yet another lucky break in the draw. Yet it's still totally incapable of winning a competition, even with the players who are born winners with their clubs.
100% DC.
Shemtam, who says hello to Mr. Bossman Jose Mourinho and Mr. Junior Assistant Apprentice Colin. Hope you're both well. Looking forward to the day that we actually sign a player for the first team squad. When will that be? 2028?
That's a little optimistic there, Shemtam.
And then you've got Donna Cullen. Good afternoon, Donna Cullen, who's become a YouTube member.
Look at that.
Donna. Hope you're well. Is that someone else coming after that? I don't know if that's another message. So there is another message. Yeah, here it is. Roundtable talk. Nick. Good morning, Nick. I hope you're well.
What up, Nick?
So, and thank you for becoming a member, Donna. And then you've got all the artists as afternoon chaps and chat. And DC saying the old adage that playing the best players doesn't make the best team. We have too many players who want to play in the number 10 role. It has to be either Bellingham or Foden, not both. Right. So just looking at the scores, because I've not been on since the weekend. We've got with the scores. Right, here we go. Right, so on Sunday, it was the finalisation of the group games, yeah? You had Switzerland 1, Germany 1, and Scotland 0, Hungary 1, yeah? So that meant that Germany and Switzerland qualified, and Scotland obviously went home, and Hungary, we now know, because all the group games finished, Hungary failed to qualify because they weren't one of the best third place teams. So they went home. So Switzerland are in England's half of the draw, and Germany are in the other half. On Monday, the group games finished. Sorry, and also just a big shout out to Colin because he's here. Group C of the Copa America, United States beat Bolivia 2-0 on Sunday as well. So they recorded a victory. And I saw one of the goals. I know that Pulisic got one of the goals. It was a really good goal in that game. On the Monday, Croatia drew 1-1 with Italy. Italy scoring a goal, I don't know, in the 8th minute of extra time. So right at the end of the game, Italy scored a goal that meant they went through as runners-up. If they hadn't scored that goal, then Italy would have finished third. Possibly would have still qualified, but would have finished third. Oh no, would have finished second. Croatia would have qualified with a 1-0 victory, finishing third. But that goal effectively put Croatia out of competition because they were two of the worst third place teams who didn't go through. And Spain changed the whole of their lineup. So Spain played with a B team, if you want. They changed all 11 players, outfield players, and they beat Albania 1-0. So every player, bar one goalkeeper in the Spain squad, has played at the Euros.
That's incredible. That's really cool for everybody. That's awesome. Not something that happens at every tournament for sure.
As far as I'm aware, unless my maths is completely wrong, are the only team who have qualified with maximum points is Spain. And then on Tuesday, in the afternoon, because this has got it the wrong way around, but in the afternoon, we had Netherlands 2, Austria 3.
Great match.
And and France 1, Poland 1, which meant that Austria topped the group. France came second, and the Dutch finished third. But the Dutch, until the games last night, the Dutch were due to play England. But that's without the games being played last night. And once the games were played last night, all the third place teams were juggled around again, so to speak. So, and then you had England 0, Slovenia 0, Denmark 0, Serbia 0. Really, really great results from all the teams. Ball fests, which meant that England topped the group. Denmark went through as runners up, and Slovenia went through as the third place best team. Serbia out of the competition. And then going on to yesterday, last night's games, the first games were Ukraine 0, Belgium 0, Slovakia 1, Romania 1. All four teams all scored 4 points in the group. So they all won one, they all drew one, and they all lost one. But with that being said, Romania topped the group, Belgium came second, Slovakia came third, and Ukraine went out of the competition. So quite how this happens, I don't know. I think it goes on goal difference, but or did Slovakia? I don't know. One of these teams. No, it must have been Slovenia. Yeah, Denmark, Slovenia. They finished on exactly the same goals. They finished in exactly the same points, same number of yellow cards, same number of everything, and Denmark got given second place over them because of coefficient ranking.
Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that, but
so someone finished. Yeah, but everyone's going to know the rules before you start, aren't they? So someone ends up finishing second and playing one team, and the team that finishes third has to go and play another. And then last night we had. I watched the Czech Republic Turkey game. I didn't watch the Georgia Portugal game.
You missed your boy.
It was the Czech Republic 1, Turkey 2, and it was a really entertaining game. Czech Republic Turkey. Czech Republic went down to 10 men in the first half. I didn't realise why the guy got a second yellow. It didn't look that bad at all. But he got 2 yellows inside the first 30 odd minutes and got sent off. And then Georgia obviously beat Portugal 2-0. Now, I knew Georgia had gone 1-0 up really early because it came through on my phone as I was watching the Czech Republic Turkey game. But I thought the goal might have been disallowed because on the channel I was watching on, they weren't telling you it was 1-0. So I thought it might have been disallowed, but obviously it wasn't. And therefore, Portugal did win the group. Turkey became runners-up. And Georgia, the lowest ranked team, have qualified.
Yay!
So with that being said, and it's difficult because you haven't got, it's not going to tell me here, is it? It's the one. Let me have a look if I can find the another one. Oh, it's a different thing I was going to show. Let me stop sharing that for a second. Right. So with that being said, let me see. I'm going to try and find another page.
I'm gonna rewatch. While you're doing that, I'm gonna rewatch the goal scored by your Napoli man.
Oh, the player who's crap.
I never said he was crap.
No, I'm saying that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely.
I
just want to see.
Conte's come out. Conte's come out today, and there's 4 players that he says he won't get rid of at all.
And he's won, huh?
And he's won, yeah. Kvaratskhelia, Locatelli, like that, Anguissa, and there's a 4th player. But he said he's not getting rid of none of them because he's just become Napoli manager, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Why get rid of one of the best talents in the world?
So what we've got?
My cat's having a problem. Sorry if you hear a cat in the background, everyone. I'm going to mute myself.
Right. So present. So that means people already know this, but what that then means is that on Saturday, the next round of fixtures for the round of 16, they take place between Saturday and the Tuesday. So there's 2 games each of the days. And it will be Switzerland will kick off against Italy in Berlin. And Germany will play Denmark at 9 o'clock in the evening. This is all European time. So it says 8 o'clock our time and 5 o'clock our time, but this is all European times. And if you follow one to the other, on the 30th of June, England plays Slovakia in Gelsenkirchen, and Spain play Georgia in Cologne. Now, just to make it easy for people to see, the winners of the top 2 games, so Switzerland, Italy, will meet the winners of England, Slovakia, and the winners of Germany, Denmark will play the winners of Spain, Georgia, and that will form a quarter-final on each side of the draw. On the France versus Belgium, this is where it then changes. On the Monday, France versus Belgium and Portugal versus Slovenia, the winners of them 2 games will play each other on the left-hand side of the draw. And then on the right-hand side of the draw, Romania, Netherlands, Austria, Turkey, the winners of that going to the right-hand side of the draw. The right-hand side of the door is where England are. Yeah. So the quarterfinals would look like so. So just plotting it, the quarterfinals are then played on the 5th of July. And that'll be the winners of Spain, Georgia versus Germany, Denmark. Portugal, Slovenia versus the winners of France, Belgium. And then on Saturday the 6th, it'll be England, Slovakia winners play Switzerland, Italy winners. Romania, Netherlands winners play Australia, Turkey winners. And then the following Tuesday, the semi-finals, because you can see it all straight away. The semi-finals would be, or the semi-finalists would come from Spain, Georgia, Germany, Denmark, Portugal, Slovenia, France, Belgium. That would be one finalist. So one finalist is coming from that side of the draw, and a second finalist is coming from Romania, Netherlands, Austria, Turkey, England, Slovakia, Switzerland, Italy. So that's how it all works out. Was you aware of that, Colin? Oh, he's not here. Okay. So that's the way it all works out.
Oh no, sorry, I'm here. I was moving my desk a little bit, but yeah, no, I was kind of aware, but I appreciate you breaking it down for me like that.
Right, so like that, like I remember doing a show very early on and saying to people, it could be Spain versus England, and I said I've got a feet in both camps. Well, I've still got a foot in both camps. The only difference for me now is, like I said at the start of the show, with regards with regards Belgium and France not winning their groups, and it all being on paper. On paper, England, you'd like to say that England, on paper, England's jobs become easier on their part of the draw, and some would say Spain's part of the draw has become harder. That's if you go by the FIFA rankings, but football was never done on paper.
Never.
Never done on paper. And when we look when we break it down and you look at the people that have reached the last 16, have you been watching the Euros or not?
I have.
You have, okay.
Yep, not every game, obviously, since there's some played at pretty much the same times, and some when I'm at work. But yeah, I've been able to watch, I'd say, half the matches.
So if we were to go through the fixtures, right? I'm going to go through the fixtures, and then I'll say right or left. So starting off with Saturday's fixtures. So on the right, it's Switzerland, Italy. So that's on England's side of the draw. Who do you fancy, Switzerland, Italy?
Italy.
Really?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I do. Yeah.
Italy have played really poorly.
Yep.
And yeah. Switzerland played well and were unbeaten in their group.
It's true. It's true. So do you think it'll go the other way? I mean, you don't sound.
If we're not looking right, as I said, football's not on paper.
Mm-hmm.
Right, football's not on paper, and because it's not on paper, so we got loads. Do you know what? Let's just go to chat and we can carry on with this, because I've just realised there's loads of people in the chat. Right, Audio Artisan is saying, Haji's son looked good in that Slovakia versus Romania game.
And somebody didn't check out.
David Clark. So although it's a back four with Rice and a box-to-box Man United player, it will allow both fullbacks to push right into the opponent's half. Bellingham, Palmer, Eze with Kane for 60 minutes up front. Big John's here, says, afternoon, all marching on together. Ryan G, from what I said earlier, we're linked with Strand Larson from Celta Vigo. Have you watched him much? Yeah, he's a decent player. He does what it says on the tin. He's 6'4", but he's all right with his feet as well. Yeah, he scored goals for Celta Vigo, and obviously I think he has to fight with someone called Haaland to get into the national team. So we'll have to wait and see. People all saying hello to each other. But you've got Daniel Coyes here.
Big up, hello. Daniel.
Spurs GCTV. Graham, afternoon, Jose and Cole. Good afternoon, Graham. And yeah, John says hit the likes and subscribe. Yeah, hit the likes and subscribe. And just to remind everyone, I'm allowed to have members. And if you want to become a member, the link is pinned in the channel, in the chat. Sorry. And with that, there's going to be perks. Anyway, going to say I've caught up with everyone. So going back to this draw.
Right.
Again,
yeah.
Right.
Not played on paper.
It's
for
not
sure.
Played on paper. Right. So I'm just saying, putting it out there. First game is Switzerland, Italy. On paper, if you're looking at on paper, Italy should have won that game.
Mm-hmm.
But we know that this tournament hasn't been played on paper. Because 100%. Had it been played on paper, the teams that didn't win their groups would have won their groups. Some of the teams that have gone out should have stayed in if it was all played on paper.
I agree with that. No denial of that from me. I'm just saying it's only a matter of time until Italy click.
I just don't think. So I've watched Italy in 3 games now, Colin.
Mm-hmm. I've only seen 1, so that's probably the big difference.
And they ain't the Italy that used to be the Italy.
Not even defensively.
Defensively, the only player that I've been impressed with is Calafiori. The rest of them, if Bastoni's worth 8 million, then I'm just like, well, okay, whatever. Who's going to be mad enough to pay that money? I just don't think Italy look that good. I really don't. Against the team, Spain actually took the piss out of them. Switzerland are well organised. The Granit Xhaka is the one that looks like an 80 million pound player in midfield. They're really, really organised. And I did say this before, that I don't know whether it's coming to an end of an era. I don't know whether it's coming to an end of an era with Switzerland, because a lot of their players have got tournament experience because they've been together before. I don't know if this is their last throw it, or whether they've got one more left in them for the World Cup as well. But the winners of Switzerland, Italy, whoever you think is going to win, they will meet the winners of England, Slovakia. So if we keep it to England's side of the draw, so you've got Switzerland, Italy. You're saying you think Italy will win.
I do.
England, Slovakia.
It's going to be tough. I mean, England absolutely should win. Let's say England.
You're going to say England. England, if they pick the right lineup, and it's like anybody else because other teams haven't turned up as well, and they turn up and play, then England should have the beating of Slovakia.
They should.
Same side of the draw, right? So at the moment, you're saying it's Italy versus England in the quarterfinals. Same side of the draw, Romania versus Holland.
It's really hard. Holland have not been impressing much at all. I would even say that it would probably – I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up – what's the format? Sorry, I'm really dumb. But so if they go, it's extra time and then penalties?
Yeah, it can be extra time penalties.
If it ends in a draw? Cool. Yeah, I think it'll go to penalties.
Who's winning?
Romania.
Okay. So this is where we see Radu Dragusin playing again.
Yep.
And it remains to be seen whether they're now going to bring Mickey van der Ven back into the team. Because the day after the Dutch game, where they lost 3-2 to Austria, the following day they did a friendly match for the Dutch players, and I think it was more the Dutch players that hadn't played in the competition and have had less minutes. They did a friendly game against a German 4th division side the following day, and the Dutch won 6-1. And someone called Mickey van der Ven scored 2 goals.
Yep, I had seen that.
Yeah,
I didn't look at the goals themselves. Were they just like a normal headers?
I don't know about the goals. I've read all this because I've not been watching. I've been reading up. I haven't been watching things. So that means that Romania and Netherlands could have 2 Tottenham players in it. So you're saying Romania?
Yeah, I think Romania.
Then you've got Austria versus Turkey.
That's a tough one. I don't know. I'd like Turkey to win, but that one's really tough. That's probably the hardest one for me to guess. I'll flip it. Who do you have winning that one?
I would like Turkey to win it because of things that I've done in the background in games that I'm playing.
Gotcha.
But if it goes on, this is not on paper. If it goes on the form, Austria are the form team.
They are.
I think the most difficult tie for England out of all the 8 teams they've got on their side is Austria. If Austria keep up playing the way they've played in the first 3 games, then that's the most difficult tie for England, in my eyes.
Wow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So we then go to the other side of the draw. And on Saturday, you've got Germany versus Denmark.
That's another tough one. I mean, Germany on paper should win, but Denmark usually are pretty strong. They usually show up pretty strong in tournaments. They've got a couple of dangerous players. I think Germany will win, but I think it'll be close.
On paper, this is what I'm saying. On paper and playing is 2 different things.
100%.
Germany are the host nation, right? For me, but you've got with Denmark have got tournament players in their team because they've been together for a while. So they've got a squad full of people that have got tournament experience. Germany, on the other hand, have got some players with tournament experience, but the ones that have got the tournament experience seem to be sitting on the bench because they're far older now.
Right.
I mean, I in my games that I'm playing and stuff like that, I've got Germany. So really, I should want Germany, but really, I'd love to see Denmark beat Germany.
It would be a lot more fun, and everybody likes, yeah.
But I'm going to go Germany, but I think that I'd love to see Denmark win it.
Denmark will give them a game. I mean, it's not going to be Germany aren't going to walk it. That's for sure. Even if they do get the win, it's not going to be cake. So
So the winners
Yeah.
of the win. So we're saying Germany qualify for that. Then they will play the winners of Spain versus Georgia.
Are you at all worried about that game as a you know?
You must be having. I ain't worried about nobody for Spain. It doesn't matter who Spain playing that in their 8. I'm not worried for Spain for anyone. Nobody worries Spain at all.
I love it. Not even your boy Kavich Scalia.
He's one player. If I look at Spain, they've got like a multitude of players.
That's fair. That's fair. Some really good ones too.
Rodri.
I just want to see who even started the last match.
Rodri on his own eats the whole of their midfield, and anybody's midfield for that matter. Rodri takes out 3 of your players on his own. And then when you've got the youngsters of Lamau and Nico Williams, yeah, there's no worries there whatsoever. For Spain ain't got to worry at all about anyone. I mean, and the fact is that they'll have Carvajal playing at right back, and Carvajal, he's not the quickest, but he's got so much acumen and nous about the game. He's Madrid. He's got nous and acumen. You know.
So the game that they played. So the game Spain played against Albania, I didn't get to watch. Yeah. It was only a 1-0 victory. I mean, I know it's group stages, and a win's a win, and they topped the group, and so they didn't really need to go. Could the score have been higher? Like, were there opportunities for Spain to continue to push? But they kind of.
There were other opportunities, but Albania did play well. But Albania had their first team out. Spain put their second team out, so they played with a team that hadn't played together, right? But regardless of that, Spain undefeated, three wins out of 3, 0 goals conceded. I don't know what more people want me to say on Spain.
Yeah, no, I get it. I just
so for me, Spain will win. Spain will qualify, right?
Yeah.
The other last 16 games, which means that they meet each other in the quarterfinals, is France versus Belgium. Who wins France versus Belgium? This is a local rival. This is a derby. It's a local rivalry. France and Belgium.
It's true. Very true. That's I mean, and if you go by, if we were playing on paper, France should totally win, but they haven't been nearly. I think France have kind of shocked everybody this tournament with their play. Everybody expected more from them. At least I did. Have you been surprised by their performances so far?
Of who? Of France?
Yeah.
I said at the start, I said I didn't think France looked before the competition started. I said that France didn't look convincing to me.
Okay.
All right, is what I said. And I said as well at the same time, I said that Portugal didn't look convincing to me. Now Portugal went out and played yesterday against Georgia. And I mean, I didn't watch the game, but from what I'm hearing, it's not as if they had much trouble with them. I mean, I didn't watch the game. You watched the game. What was the game like?
Sorry?
You watched the Portugal game yesterday. It's the one I didn't watch. I watched the other one. What was that game like?
It was pretty back and forth. It was a good match, but I was sort of shocked by Portugal. I thought Portugal would have won, but they didn't seem to be able to kind of respond. That early goal definitely shocked them, and Portugal I don't think are. They used to be one of the top teams in these tournaments, and that was because they had some really good individual players. I don't know if it's because they're kind of in between generations right now. Some players are aging out while some of their better players are still pretty young. But I don't think that they haven't done as well as I had thought they would do this tournament. That's for sure.
Right. So Belgium have got to play. So Belgium have got to play France, right? Is that what you're saying? You still with me?
Yeah, I'm still here. Did I cut out? Hold on,
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Who did you say? France to beat Belgium? Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Did you say France to beat Belgium?
I actually think Belgium's going to win.
Oh, you think Belgium's going to win? And then Portugal versus Slovenia.
Probably Portugal.
Okay, so that would mean that you're looking at a quarterfinal of Germany-Spain and Belgium-Portugal. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So who win? And right. So okay. Let's say if we're going to go to the left-hand side of the draw, right? You're on Germany-Spain semi-final.
Spain.
Belgium-Portugal semi-final. Because quarterfinal. Sorry, quarterfinal.
Portugal.
Okay, so that would make it a semi-final between Spain and Portugal.
Which would be cool. That'd be a good one. Spain will win.
So you're saying Spain get to the final?
I do think so, yeah.
From the left-hand side of the draw. Right.
Yep.
So from the right-hand side of the draw, was you saying it was Italy versus England? Did you say Italy? Yeah, you said Italy would beat Switzerland. So Italy versus England in a quarterfinal match.
Yep. Talk about the most boring match ever, probably. But yeah, I think England could edge out Italy.
Okay, and then did you say Romania, Austria, or did you say Romania, Turkey?
Romania, Turkey is what I said. Now I'm rethinking it, but that's what I said. Yeah.
Okay, so Romania, Turkey.
Turkey, probably.
So that would make a semi-final of England versus Turkey.
Yeah, which I think England could take care of. You know, presuming
so final,
everyone's at the races.
So the final would then be
your boys versus your other boys, Spain versus England.
Right. So just to put some context into all this, Colin. Right. Is this sharing the FIFA rankings now or not?
No, I still see the round of 16 fixtures.
Okay, let me get rid of that. Right. Just to put a bit more in context, right? These are the world rankings at the moment from the world rankings. So who sits 2 and 3?
Let me get this bigger on my screen. So it's 2 and 3. So we got France and Belgium.
There you go.
Yeah.
So France and Belgium sit 2 and 3 in the world at the moment. They play each other in the last 16. I'm wrong in what I said because look, Holland are actually ranked 7th in the world at the moment, and they're on England's side of the draw. Italy are ranked 10th in the world at the moment and are on England's side of the draw. So you got England are right, Spain are left. You got France and Belgium and Portugal and Spain, right, all on the left-hand side of the draw, and they are in the top 10. The top 10 for England's side of the draw are Italy, Netherlands, and England. Then if you go between 10 and 20, you have Germany at 16, Switzerland at 19. So that means Germany going the left and Switzerland going the right. Yeah.
Well, Germany really jumped
Denmark
off.
Denmark sits 21st. They're on the left-hand side of the draw because they're playing Germany. Then you've got Austria sitting 25th. They're on the England side of the draw. Have to really go. Turkey are 42nd and sit on England's side of the draw. Jesus, where are we now? Hold on. Go too far there, 42. Let me go back down a bit. Right. So you've got 42 is Turkey, England's side of the draw. Slovakia, I think that's who England play next. They're 45th and on England's side of the draw. Romania are 47th and on England's side of the draw. Slovenia, who England the other day, are 57th and on Spain's side of the draw. And then you have Georgia, who are 74th and sit on England's side of the draw.
That's awesome. I love when 74th.
That tells us where everything's at.
Wow.
So that's your rankings for you. And take the fixtures out of the way. So that's your rankings and your fixtures for you.
Can I just say I'm glad the group stages are done. Group stage international football is pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of teams trying not to lose.
I didn't see this. I got a super chat from Donna Cullen. Says, Mr. Jose, here is a special super chat. Thank you very much, Donna Cullen, for the super chat.
Big love, Donna. Yeah.
Look at that.
And Donna also became a member. Membership is pinned in the link, or the link's pinned in the chat, or whatever. I don't know. It's the first time I've ever had to do it. And then we've got people have been joining and coming in. So Daniel's saying that Van der Ven was okay for Holland the other day, but I'll always keep it honest and not biased. Holland looked so shaky, even with Van der Ven on the pitch. Their defence looked shocking. James, who loves Spurs. Hi, James. How are you, mate? I hope you're well. Says Austria looking good. Daniel says to me, Jose, mate, you're not worried, mate. You do realise this is football, and you have that guy that who's cost you the Euros in the inconsistent finish in Morata. Spain finishing will cost them this Euros. And then says to me, Jose, you confident Morata can take you to the Euro success because Morata's career will say different. I am confident in Spain. Spain don't need one player. Spain score goals from all over the pitch. I think Spain may have 5 different goal scorers so far already. May have.
Yeah.
Carvajal scored, Morata scored, and what's his name? The boy from PSG scored in the first game. Ferran Torres scored in the last game. Who scored our goal against Italy? I think we've got 5 different goal scorers already. So the goals still come. It doesn't matter who it is. The goals will still come. You've got to score goals. You need to create chances. And
it was Ricardo Calafiori own goal.
Own goal. That's it. It's an own goal. But so 5 different goal scorers then, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, there you go. Technically, yeah.
5 different goal scorers. So at the end of the day, Daniel, Morata's already scored, but the goals come from different parts of the pitch, or from other parts from other players as well. Hence why it's a team game. I have no worries whatsoever about Spain at all. Spain have got an idea of and an identity of how they want to play and stuff like that. And when you hear these stories of, and some of it may be true, I don't know, some of it may be true, where people are saying you don't get these players long enough to start teaching them and coaching them how to play patterns and certain ways and stuff like that, and it then becomes difficult, and then you've got people saying that the players are tired and stuff like that. Well, the players from other international teams have played loads and loads of matches, but they don't look tired. Spain don't look tired. In England do look tired. Spain don't look tired. Now,
I think
Rodri's played how many millions of games has he played? He don't look tired to me. He looks like he still bosses in midfield and takes 3 of your opponents out by playing. Who else you got? You got Laporte. He don't look tired, and he's played like 48 games or something out in bloody Saudi. It's not the best league in the world, so you tend to think that he won't be as fit because he's playing in Saudi. Yet, everyone is complaining. England complaining about being tired, but all the players have all played for their teams all throughout the season. And the only team that's complaining about being tired is England.
I think one thing that Spain do that I think is helpful to them is I think that they play. So I could go on in this forever, but the football that Southgate plays is so much different than what these players play for their club teams. I think the Spanish national team does a better job at playing the kind of football that the players are used to playing. It's almost like Gareth Southgate's trying to get them to play a completely different style to even what most teams play in the Premier League. And so I just think players are confused. Whereas I think whoever's managing the Spanish team right now is doing a great job at setting them up to succeed, having them play the way they're used to playing.
You know
what I mean? There's an identity there, but I think it goes beyond what this coach has instilled, and I think it's just the players kind of just know how to play. I don't know.
So De La Fuente won. He was coach for the under-17s, and he won with the under-17s. He then coached the under-21s, who won as well. And now he's been promoted to first team as the Spanish national manager. So the reason why so many youngsters are playing is because he's watched them come through the ranks and he's played them through the ranks, and that's why he trusts them playing. And that's why you've got a mixture of lots of youth there and players that people thinking like, who's that then? Who's he? Who's that? It's because they've played for the youth teams in Spain coming up. So, but yeah, awesome. Daniel, I am confident for Spain. I'm also, believe it or not, I'm also confident for England. It's just that I called it before the start of the tournament. I said, yeah, I've got foot in both camps. And like I say, I'll keep repeating this. Had people won their groups, so England won their group and so did Spain. So they're not an issue. Portugal won their group, albeit shoddily, but they still won their group. So they're not an issue. The team Germany won their group, they're not an issue. The teams that didn't win their groups that made it an issue and made this so open are where Belgium have finished and where France finished in their groups. And then the people that won their groups and teams like Ukraine, Croatia, Czechia, these teams that didn't get through to the last 16, not even as a best third place team, have kind of thrown this tournament like that up in the air. So, but for England, I mean, we'll talk about it in a minute. But I still got hope for England as well, even though they've been shocking. All England have done is play for 35 minutes in this tournament. That was the first 35 minutes against Serbia. Since then, they're unrecognisable. It's as if they've all just been cobbled together, put down on a pitch, like all jettisoned in on a pitch and said, go on and play. And then you're still trying to find out each other's names. That's what it looks like at the moment. It's either that or a cloud of amnesia came over the ground after the 35th minute. It was sprayed invisibly over the ground. And
only affecting the England players, nobody else,
and they don't know who they are. Alan from time I don't pick up Jose Colin in the chat. Hope everyone's doing well. And Colin saw that and said big up to Alan. Sorry, Alan, I didn't get to it until now. Dragons D Nuts says hello.
Oh hello, yeah, what up, Dragon?
In the hype says I did mention Georgia. Half of their team played for the under-21 Euros last summer.
In a hype, scouting again. Love you, brother.
What did I say? Martinez a Spanish Southgate, and people thought Portugal could win. Let me go back to tell. I'm going to tell you something about Martinez in a minute. Right. Who you got here? In a hype, this looks like England will get Italy and Netherlands. Daniel says Belgium are scrubs. Can people even name the manager because he's a scrub as well? Yeah, it's Tedesco. Tedesco used to be a fullback for Belgium as well. So Tedesco played probably with Vertonghen and Alderweireld, and that Tedesco was a left back, but he's slightly older than them both.
That's cool. I like when ex-players end up managing.
England versus Turkey. I better not get a kebab that day.
Good stuff.
It tells us that England are shit showing their way to another final. James is telling us that he's all well and hopes that we're both well. In a hype saying Germany are the only team capable of beating Spain. Germany are the highest scoring team with 8 goals. Spain are yet to concede a goal. England in the weakest group topped the group with 2 goals, meaning it's highly unlikely that England get to the final. Not on current form. What England have in their favour is freshness with unplayed youth. Daniel's saying, we all watched football long enough to know that spreading the goals around your team might get you far, but then in the final, when it's tight and nervous, can you rely on a Morata to be that guy? Not really. And a big up to you from from James, who loves Spurs.
Hope you're well, James. Haven't seen you online in a while, buddy.
And I'm just putting the link up there again for it's the link's there, but it's been pinned to the chat if anyone wants to become a member. Yeah. Right, England. Right. So England, to me, right. I don't know because I'm not in the England camp, but news came out either yesterday or today that Luke Shaw is now available for England's next game.
Sweet. That'd be helpful.
Now, whether Luke Shaw can play only 60 minutes of a game or whatever, right? It brings the balance that England are so badly needed on the left-hand side. Trippier hasn't done badly. Trippier's played well. But you need that left-footed defender, left back. And I was going to say, or my argument would have been, if Shaw hadn't been available, and these are my thoughts the other day, not now, or not, sorry, I'm not just made them up now, were that England could have played Saka at left back. Saka started out for Arsenal at left back. Saka made his England debut at left back. Saka has played tournament football for England at left back, right? The fact now that he plays for Arsenal and for England and that on the right wing as a left-footed player, because he inverts, he's naturally left-footed. If you wanted the balance in the team, you bring in Saka, you put him at left back. If you put Saka in left back, then you don't have to worry about the left-hand side because you've got that balance, which then means that you can stick a natural left footer further up the pitch. So for me, I would say me against, who is it, Slovenia that England play?
Yeah, correct.
Against Slovenia, my team against Slovenia, I've got two different teams that I'd pick, right? Or three, I could pick three different teams. But it obviously has to be Pickford in goal, right? You can start with, the back four could be Saka, Walker, Guehi, Stones, where Walker and Saka can both attack, right and left flanks. Or you can start with Luke Shaw at left back and Alexander-Arnold at right back, but keep the two centre-halves, depending on how you want to set up. In midfield, right? The midfield three for me. So this is the person that the two 8s and your 10. The way that I'd play it, it would have to be for me. I'd go in with Mainu, Rice, and Bellingham's my 10. And then I would play with Gordon on the left. So this is, if I'm starting Saka at left back, it would be Gordon on the left, and I'm playing Palmer on the right, Kane up front. Alternative team could be playing Wharton as your 6, then playing Rice and Bellingham as 2 8s, and then you're getting your width from your fullbacks, right? But then you've got you've got your Wharton holding as a 6, and then the front the front for me would then be, I'd put in my 2 8s would be Bellingham and Rice. Yeah. So the front for me would then be, I'd play with what's his name? Possibly Palmer as a 10 in front of them, and then I played with Watkins and Kane up front.
I've heard a lot of people calling for Watkins to play, and even some people even talk about dropping Kane into the 10. You know what I mean? And playing Watkins in front of him. I don't think that'll happen, but that would be cool. I like your lineup. I like your lineup a lot. Whoa, Jamie Wooten's in the house.
Hi, Jamie. Been a long time. Yeah, it certainly has. Yeah, what's he saying? Yeah, Colin, James has been busy, but it's not work. Don't let him fool you. And Jamie's saying he's in Germany. Are you out there watching the Euros?
Hey, nice, bro.
You out there watching the Euros, Jamie?
That's sick. That's awesome. If that's indeed the case. Well, I mean, regardless, be safe. Have some safe travels. Have fun. Germany's a fun place. Stay out of trouble.
You watching the Euros? You're out there working. I'm out watching the Euros. Have you got any more games that you're going to, Jamie? Have you been? What you been to, Jamie? Let us know. Let us know
what do you think about England so far in this tournament?
Round square pegs, round holes.
Is the square peg just named Gareth Southgate?
Right. You can't turn round, right, and hammer Gareth Southgate. And I'm not one for hammering Southgate,
Fair.
But I think to myself, mate, it's so fucking obvious. You got two, they are world-class players, and world-class players should be able to play anywhere, right? But the problem that we got. So you got here. He's come in. He said, been to all the England games, and I'm going Sunday.
Hell yeah, man.
Yes, well, I hope you enjoy it. Have you had fun, Jamie? Is there loads of you out there?
Oh yeah, I bet he's got a crew. Bet there's a crew, but they're all having a wild old time.
Says it's football, everything can happen. It's just every tournament England get carried away too early with chat about winning the tournament. Not making a decent team until the quarters and still struggling. James is saying, I'm making my debut for my six-a-side today. I'm playing up front, wish me luck. Six-a-side. James, are you over 6 foot? Because you look quite a tall chap to me. And normally when you play six-a-side, some places do it, but normally when you play six-a-side, you don't do aerial height. You play the ball below head height. So if you're really a tall player, do you not play the rules where you can't go over head height? Because then your head don't matter. You can't nut the ball. You have to keep the ball on the deck. So,
oh man,
Jamie's saying we are a joke this tournament. And Adrian has picked his team, saying my team would be Pickford, Shaw, Guehi, Stones, Walker. Midfield pivot of Rice with Bellingham as an 8, Kane as a 10, with Foden left of him, Bowen right, and Ollie Watkins as 9.
It might have been. I might have just been parroting Adrian when I said Kane is the 10. I think Adrian is the one that said that to me the other day. So, Adrian, big love, dog. I'm stealing your ideas. And,
So what he's done. So the problem that he's had is he doesn't know who his 10 is. You can't give the way that we play. The team that he picked, right, with Alexander-Arnold playing alongside Rice, does not allow you to have 2 10s that will just roam and do what they want, because the team becomes lopsided. Because then you don't have anybody on your left-hand side, and then when you've got a right back playing left back, it weakens that left side even further. So you're playing absolutely lopsided for the whole of the game, and that's the problem that he's had. If he picked one of them to play as an 8 and one to play as a 10, right, and didn't play Alexander-Arnold, then the team would have had more balance, because you bring someone in to play on the left-hand side. Now, whether that's Saka playing on his natural foot, or whether that's Gordon playing out on the left, or Eze playing out on the left, you've got to do something different, and the fact that the thing about it is that Postecoglou, let's talk Postecoglou, right? Because he's been an absolute diamond in the studio. People love him.
He really has. Yes. You can tell he's got that in his past. Like, you can tell that this is not his first time as a pundit.
Yeah, but if you look at it, right, we're all complaining about Postecoglou not changing things up and not doing things, right? And then some of us saying, but Postecoglou's got a certain way of playing. He'll continue that way. It doesn't matter. The players just have to adapt and play his way. Yeah? Well, pretty much the same has got to be said for Southgate. Southgate's got his way of playing, and he'll pick the players and have to play the way he wants. It may not be the way that we want, but it's going to be that way. So you can't take with one hand and give with the other.
No, I get that. Yeah.
So, but to me, I think if you had what I've always said, speed kills, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's your thing.
And I always talk about finishers, yeah.
Yep.
So either you start with players like Watkins, Gordon, Bowen. You either start with players like that to absolutely burn some of these defenders out and midfielders, and then bring in your finishers, or you start with your Bellinghams, your Ezes, your people, your Fodens, your Sakas, and people like that, and then bring your speed merchants on after that. But surely, for the love of God, there is no reason why England shouldn't have 16 players. So you're starting 11 and 5 finishers to finish these teams off.
Absolutely.
Every time he's made substitutions, the team has looked better. Nowhere near as good. Nowhere near as good as what they looked the last game. But all the substitutions that he's made, whether you agree with them or not, have been positive. So when he took Trent off and replaced him with Gallagher, the right thing to do. Energy levels went up. When he started Gallagher in the England game, it didn't suit Gallagher. And then Gallagher came off at half time. They put Mainu on, and Mainu absolutely bossed it. So all you need is your 11 that gets selected and your 5 finishers to come off and finish these teams off. England should have enough for all of every team that's on their side of the group. England should have enough for.
They're not playing nearly to, what you're getting, the football output that you're getting doesn't equal the sum of all the parts into it. You know what I mean? Like all of these players together, their ceiling is so much higher than the play that we're getting out of them. One small thing I've noticed, and I harp on it a lot just because it's easy for me to see, and that some things aren't, but the amount of times where Pickford has the ball, has an option to play a short pass out, to play out from the back, and a player is actually like showing for the ball, he'll just boot it down the field. I just have no idea why. I don't know. It's like they're kind of stuck in two minds. And like I was saying, how I think that the Spanish national team plays more the way that club team, all these players play for their club team. Whereas I think that Southgate's asking these players to play very differently than they play for their club team. Should they be able to do it? Yes. Can they do it? Maybe. Are they doing it well? No. But, that could all change. It's just I just wish, and I mean, like you were saying though, we can't say the players need to adapt to Postecoglou. He's got a way, and then you're right. That's a good point you made. And then get crabby about the way that that Gareth Southgate's going to play. Maybe I'm being a little bit childish and wanting it both ways. So good point. Good point. I'll try.
I'm going to remind people because it's all new to me. So remind people again that the membership link is now pinned into the channel and
grab a member. Yeah, grab a membership.
So people want to become members, then you can do now because people all said to me, "We want to be members, but you haven't got memberships." I have now, so if you want to do it, you can do. Look who's here. Tot Spurs.
Hey,
big up Jose and Colin and all. Southgate sucks. 8 years in charge and looks like he started yesterday. Get rid of him. Ran over.
I kind of agree with you, Tot.
And Ben. Good evening, Ben. Says big up everyone. Good evening,
big
Ben.
up,
I hope
Benny.
you're well.
Hey, bud.
And look at that.
Hey.
Tot Spurs has become a member.
Hell yeah, Tot Spurs. Awesome, bro.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon again to you, Tot Spurs, and thank you for becoming a member. I wanted to go on to, Colin, something that happened or that I saw today that kind of made me really laugh. Right? You'd remember all this. Have a look at this. Paul O'Keefe tweet.
Spurs look set to pull out of any deal for David Raya and explore other options. Vicario is one name under consideration alongside one other leading contender. Never heard of Vicario. Another cheap, underwhelming Galini-type signing. Shalini saves a few million. And that was a year ago today that we signed him, wasn't it?
This was the 20th of June was Paul O'Keefe, right, on the 20th of June. And I don't know if you can see it, but he's had 562 comments against it, right?
Jesus, yeah.
So this was the first of them 562 comments. 897 retweets. 2,500 likes, 2 million views, right?
Jesus, yeah.
So then if I go further down, you've got. Am I the only one who thinks Vicario has a lot to improve on? So you've now got people. You've got people that say, but this is a story that broke a year ago, and.
It looks like some people are revisiting it and saying like, oh, hey, what's everybody? Who's this underwhelming? Yeah, the top one there from Mark Lyons. He says, any thoughts on this underwhelming keeper we signed a year on? That's pretty funny.
But that's because Chris Thompson, he's messaging Chris Thompson a year on because Chris Thompson was the first person who responded back to Paul O'Keefe.
Love it. Did Paul O'Keefe repost this or something?
No, this is done by Spurs Army.
Oh, nice.
Today, I was reading it all today. Spurs Army did it today. So I just saw it on Twitter and I thought, when I do the show later on, I'm going to remind people of this.
I love
this
it.
is what happened last year.
It's good stuff.
Obviously, I've got another show on Sunday, because, quite frankly, not much is happening in the transfer market at all for anybody, and I mean anybody. Nobody's making moves. The only people that are making moves, right, are the colluders. The colluders who are colluding with each other in daylight. So what I'm going to say, I'm going to put this towards you, Colin, right? Do you know the Don?
The Don? You mean like Paratici?
That's the one. He's the Don, yeah? You know who the Don is, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Right. So, yeah, today's the day we signed him a year ago. So, with the Don, right, the Don was found guilty, along with other people from Juventus, and it's something that was rife in Italian football anyway, right, of cooking books.
Mm-hmm.
But these people cooked the books and hid them and got found guilty for it. We now have 4 clubs cooking the books in broad daylight, and no one could touch them.
Yep. I'd read that it was almost the exact same thing. That, basically what's happening now is
the cooking the books in Italy were being done behind the scenes and that being hidden on the sheets and stuff like that. But these people are doing it in plain sight.
I mean, is that the way to go? Is that where they messed up, trying to hide it? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird how this is all just kind of deemed okay. I think it's because a lot of people, casual fans and people watching, might not understand exactly what's going on. Do you think that there's a bit of that?
People understand what's going on, Colin. When you've got a player, and I read this out on Saturday to you on your show,
You did.
because I wasn't well read, and I read it out. I read the piece on Saturday. When you've got a player who's played 150 minutes of football ever,
something insanely low,
something stupid like that, and he is being sold for £20 million. Hold on.
Homegrown club trained, right?
It's cooking, and there's cooking, right?
Yeah, even Paratici doesn't want a part of this.
When you've got players that the guy from Aston Villa, Tino Mbungumam, or whatever his name is, he's being sold. I can't remember. Is he the one that's being sold for 19 million?
I believe so.
He's played next to no minutes. He's been sold for 19 million. You've got Dobbin of Everton, who's going the other way for 10 million. This is being done in plain sight of everybody. And at the end of the day, it'll be knuckled down. They'll find a way of stopping it, but the horse has already bolted. You've already been able to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
I wonder. I wonder how these players feel that are kind of just getting traded around like trading cards. You know what I mean? I don't know. Probably they don't care a whole lot, but
the hype says London is, of course, is rife for financial corruption. Yeah, but the money may all lead to London, but we're talking about Aston Villa, Everton. Who else is getting involved? Chelsea are getting involved in the trading, and I think, is it Newcastle that are trying to get involved in the trading as well?
I thought Newcastle already were. Yeah.
Well, the Newcastle one was Minte going to Everton, but Minte's decided not to go. And Minte is a youngster who plays for Everton. He's only 18 or whatever. He's been out on loan at places. Hasn't played hardly any first team football. £30 million.
Fuck off! What the
hell?
Hold on.
Sorry, where are we going? Where are we going with this? Do you know what I mean? So the horse trade. It's all horse trading that's going on, and it's just absolutely mental. So where it brings me to now is that, I've got a show on Sunday that I'm doing, and on Sunday, because I'm not around, I'm with family. I'm working tomorrow, and then with family in the evening, and I'm with family all day Saturday. So that's why I'm doing the show on Sunday, and it so coincides with PSR and FFP rules that finish on Sunday, because not only is it the cut-off point on Sunday, but I've got a feeling that these rules will then change next season, because they had a vote about a month ago and they were looking to introduce the rules like they do in the rest of Europe. Again, if these people felt it wouldn't benefit them, then you would be opposed to it. But it all got voted in. So obviously some people are like, well, these new rules are going to they're going to be fine for us, and they voted it in. Some of the clubs are going to suffer really badly from this, Are they being voted? Because I think the people who goes on the line, you need 14 votes over 6, so you need 14. To me, it's more than a 2/3 majority having 14 over 20. But if you had 15 over 20, then it's a 3/4 majority. But anyway, it's 14 over 20 is what you need, and they seem to get the 14 through all the time for things like this. So
It's true.
This is going to benefit some clubs a hell of a lot more than other clubs. And where I am is wearing, excuse me, where in January this all came about, and then no one was spending any money and stuff like that, and people were saying, "Oh yeah, but we're going to be able to spend loads of money. We got the money to spend, blah, 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 blah." Well, there's been no signs of anybody spending money at the moment. So it's not just Tottenham, but nobody spent any money. And I don't know, all of a sudden, I think I don't know who broke the stories yesterday, but stories broke yesterday that we've bid for Isak with Richarlison involved in the deals a while ago. But it doesn't say when, it was a while ago.
Did you see Richarlison came out himself and said that was fake on Twitter?
Did he?
Yeah, I love him so much.
And then you've got they're talking about Jacob Ramsey with Lo Celso, and this is a bid that's already been made, not been accepted. So just looking at them two clubs alone, them two clubs are two of the clubs that were involved, or we thought were PSR bound and involved. So Newcastle and Aston Villa, and we were under the impression, as are many others, that they need to sell players by the 30th. So it then thinks to me, does that make sense then that we're bidding for them with players to try and bring them to try and alleviate their problem and solve an issue for ourselves? But I just don't know where these stories have come from. But all of a sudden, we've got stories of players that we've bid for recently who are under these PSR guidelines. We'll never know what's true and what's not true. But on Sunday, because the world doesn't stop Monday to Friday, the world works 7 days a week. We'll know by Sunday whether any of this crap that we were fed about, we're in a brilliant position and stuff like that, we'll know whether any of it is actually going to be true. It's either that, or there's a load of people that are going to get hooked next year for these breach of the rules, or they've got excellent accountants who will beat the investigators from the Premier League again.
I think that's more than likely the case. They probably will make some kind of a rule change. But like you said, it's sort of like whenever they made the rule changes about, like being able to basically just straight up inject money into your club, like personal money. Chelsea benefited from that. There were other teams that benefited from that. City, I guess, rule changes came about, but it was already too late. That the like you said, the horse. What expression did you use?
The horse is bolted.
The horse is bolted, and so I think this is another case of that. I don't think that this will be something that's allowed to go on for much longer, but what are they gonna do about it now? Bobby K.
Big up, Bobby. Bro? I hope you're well, sir. I hope you're well. Inner Hype says London is of course rife with financial corruption. Russia need currency, and the UAE, Saudi Arabia all have money stuck in Russia.
Interesting. It's all about the money somewhere. That's for sure.
PR online news journalist whose client is Newcastle. Yeah, as I said, it's all these weird things that are coming out at the moment. It's just madness.
Absolutely.
Let me go check what we got on X at the moment.
I was going to say, I saw something on X that I kind of thought was cool that I wanted to maybe throw up if you don't care.
Go on, if you've got something on X, because I was just about to bring something. I was going to bring an X up live now. But go on, you go first. Go on.
This isn't that cool, but it just says, which player comes to mind when you see this shirt?
Sissoko.
I would ask you. Sissoko for you? For me, it's Toby. I don't know why. I just see Alderweireld just bossing it back there. But yeah, I saw everybody in the chat. How come it's Sissoko for you?
Because I just remember Sissoko wearing this top.
Good times. Was that the year? Sissoko actually played pretty well for us for like a year. I know that he was absolute dog.
He's a monster for about 18 years. He's ridiculed for a long time. And then for about 18 months, listen, he weren't the most technically gifted player, but he certainly gave Tottenham 120% whether it's good or bad or indifferent, he always gave Tottenham 120%. He never put his head down. He always continued. He always carried on, and he shrugged his shoulders and just continued when he was being laughed at, when he's been ridiculed, and that he just gave his best for the club. Whether his best was good enough or not is another matter, but he never let the club down. He never went on the pitch not putting effort in, not giving a toss, not caring.
Even when the fans got on his back, he still performed. He still, like you said, put his head down. Yeah, he was awesome. I love me some Sissoko, and I think that he was good to he was good to be here. I'm glad we had him.
And then what I'm going to say, I don't know what's on there at the moment, but we'll have a look, see what we've got on there.
Pull this down. Sorry about that. I just thought, yeah.
All right, let me see what we got. That's Everton stuff. There's your tops there again.
Yes, there it is.
Oh, here we go. Olivia Christiansen was the other leading contender last year for the new goalkeeper alongside Guillermo Vicario. So you know the tweet that he made last year, Paulo?
Yeah, where he said there's one other person.
No, one other person. This was the other person. It was an Oliver Christiansen.
I don't know anything about that fellow.
But Tottenham have been linked with another goalkeeper who plays for Espanyol.
Interesting.
I'm trying to see if I can find it. What did it say? Oh, look at that. So Jesse Lingard finally scores his first goal for his South Korean side, FC Seoul, in his 10th game, having been named club captain just 4 days earlier.
When did that happen? When did that transfer happen? Wow, I missed that. Holy smokes.
What?
Jesse Lingard.
He went.
J-Lings. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, Nabil Bentaleb. So yeah, they're saying that from his cardiac arrest, the probable outcome now is that he will be retiring from professional football.
That is a huge bummer. Bentaleb, I thought he was going to be the next big thing at Spurs. I'm sure everybody did. He looked very talented. Coming through with Poch. Oh my God! Hey, Audio Artisan's comment about the picture of Sissoko towering over Mark Noble. That's one of the best photos ever. I can't stand Mark Noble for one, and two, I just love Sissoko. And yeah, it's absolutely brilliant.
There's not. Radu Dragutin on playing European competition at club level for the first time in his career next season. It's what I wanted. My goal was to reach the highest levels of football, and I want to do the best I can to achieve that.
Boom.
Who else we got here? You've got Tottenham on tour on tonight at 7 o'clock this evening. It's Brian Daigle with Amir.
Oh, snap. Love me some Daigle. Love some Daigle in my life.
Ben Jacobs says that Brighton hold a serious interest in Inter Miami midfielder Diego Gomez. Understand Miami want close to 20 million for the Paraguay international.
Wow. Can you imagine? That would be cool.
So,
MLS club starting to get some money from transfers.
That's 20 million for the Paraguay international. These players, Brighton once upon a time, were picking these players up for like 2 million.
Yeah.
And now they're paying 10 times more of that. So the model that Brighton used to use, that people want to use now, that model's so gone now because the prices are much, much dearer now than what they were before.
Buying clubs are wise. You know what I mean? They know what's going on. They know, yeah. Nobody's a fool anymore. They know there's money. Breaking news.
Yeah, this is brilliant.
Oh my God. Jesus
England's
Christ.
footballers will not be voting in the forthcoming election. They couldn't find the box, let alone put a cross into it. So I'm not sure whether you're aware, but the voting, you go to the voting box and then you get given a sheet, your ballot paper. And on the left-hand side, it's got the names of the contestants and what parties they are. And on the right-hand side, it's got a box where you put the X into it for who you're voting for.
Sounds just like ours. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it says. breaking news: English footballers will not be voting in the forthcoming election because they couldn't find the box, let alone put a cross in it.
Sheesh. Sheesh. Good stuff.
Ali Gold, 43 minutes ago. Agents within the game have said that many clubs are waiting until July the 1st to take any potential transfer talk to advanced stages in order to make sure transfers go on the next set of financial accounts.
It's almost like you said that exact same thing, buddy.
I did. I said this on Saturday. I've been saying it for a while, but I repeated this on your show. Ill, and I was really ill, and I repeated it on your show on Saturday.
You sure did. You sure did.
So this is the team that they've picked in Mundo Deportivo's team of the group stages. So after all the group stages are finished, this is what they think the team of the group stages is. And one Radu Dragusin has got in there.
Boom. Yes, check that out.
Mambardashvili of Valencia and Georgia. Calafiori of Bologna, Italy. Dragusin, Tottenham, Romania. Cucurella, Chelsea, Spain. Lobotka, Slovenia, but I don't know who his team is. Kante, France and Saudi. Sabitzer, German club, but for Austria. Fabian, Ruiz, Spain and PSG. Musiala, Bayern and Germany. Mirkat Kuzatse, who plays for Georgia, but I don't know who his club side is. And Lemine of Spain and Barca. But that's Mundo Deportivo. Mundo Deportivo is a publication out in Spain. 39 minutes ago, there is Spurs' interest in Jacob Ramsey, amongst others.
Do you think he's our backup for Eze? If we don't get Eze, do you think that's? Do you think we're just showing them we're going for like another club-trained, homegrown player?
Do you know what? Ramsey's a good player.
Yeah.
Ramsey
we didn't see him much last season, but I think it was injury.
He was injured. Ramsey and Kamara are two really good footballers for Villa. Two really good young footballers. They looked boss when they were playing until they both got injured. It's interesting. We were all lauding, not we, as I'm going to say a majority of the fan base were all going, God, Villa are doing it right. Look, Villa are making moves. Villa are signing the right type of players, blah, blah, blah. Look, they finished fourth. Villa are strong, blah, blah, blah. They're better than us. All of a sudden, we're linked to Ramsey and people are saying, what? Why? Where last year, people were saying, cool, good player. But now that we're linked with him, he's not that good. You can't win them all. You can't win them all.
Yeah. I mean, fans are always wanting more. I get it.
A way this all makes sense is that Spurs have strong interest in Ramsey, but it was an informal bid to Aston Villa, so it wasn't official, and it's come from Paul O'Keefe. Ben Godfrey, I don't know, but someone's bid 10 million for Ben Godfrey, and I can't remember who it was. Yeah, so this is.
I feel like it's a good deal. 10 million for Ben Godfrey. That's fair.
So medical successfully completed for Enzo Barrenechea as a new Aston Villa player. Barrenechea, Samuel Ealing Jr. and Ian Matson will be announced as new Aston Villa players in the next days. So this is the deal that that's taken Douglas Luiz to Juventus, with two players coming in return. Juventus are pushing to sign Keptheren Turam from Nice. Have we got any more in here? Like I said, it's been so quiet this transfer window,
and it's got to just be the tournaments going on. You know, I fully believe it.
It's that and this PSR stuff.
Yeah, true. Daniel's got some comments.
I like Alice Abrahams, Man United Sports. She says the chances of Braithwaite moving to Man United are decreasing. Everton feel secure regarding FFP and have stated they will not lower their price tag. Ineos is bringing in lawyers to find loopholes for Todibo, and the links to De Ligt are growing crazy. It might be a poker game to get Everton to lower their fee, with a second bid expected as soon as possible. However, if the deal is not done by the 30th of June, I have a feeling it may not happen unless Man United overspend. Personally, I would now look at Lukemi or Diomande if we can get a deal done for 50 million. If we can't get a deal done for 50 million for Braithwaite. This Everton fan says the absolute minimum fees I would accept for the following players are Brathwaite, not for sale. Onana, 60 million or keep him for a further season. Pickford, 80 million. Godfrey, 12. Dakare, 15. Calvert-Lewin, 25. Beto, 20. Beto for 20. One of the Turkish clubs are sniffing after Beto, and they're not going to be paying £20 million for him.
What price did this fella put on Pickford?
80 million.
Jesus Christ. Okay, sure.
Antonio Conte and Romelu Lukaku is a top target for Napoli. He's an excellent player, top player. There's nothing else to say. You always hope to have a player like Romelu on your side and not against you.
It's kind of a nothing statement, though. That's good.
An hour ago, there is a big gap in Tottenham Hotspur and Aston Villa's respective valuations on Jacob Ramsey. As things stand, the transfer to Spurs looks unlikely during this summer window. And that's come from Sky Sports News, who are not the best.
Were you say Sky Sports News are not the best?
Nah. When it comes to breaking news of transfers, they're quite shit. In fact,
I thought didn't they used to be a pretty decent source? Is this like a recent thing that they've become shitty?
No. If we listen to Sky Sports, they would have sold Kane 6 years ago.
That's true.
Yeah,
and don't they also have Sky Bet too? So like anything that they say, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it could potentially be trying to like influence gambling, and yeah, that also makes them less credible. Yeah.
You got you got Daniel Coy says Spurs need to wake up in this transfer window. The tournament finishes the 14th of July and the Copa America even later. I'm not seeing any clear targets. Who are the number one targets? And Daniel says, Jose, Jacob Ramsey had a good first year, but last season was nothing special. Maybe that's why people are questioning this, because he was out injured last year.
I just looked it up too. Yeah, he like broke a bone in his foot and then tried to come back and then re-injured it.
And then you've got big up to Jose and Colin from Chris Agenbar. Good afternoon, Chris. I hope you're well, sir.
Chris?
And then you've got JBG. Afternoon, geezer. Wife reminded me. Brain fog. Hope you're well, brother. Sky always been caca.
JBG, my man. What is up? I haven't seen you in a bit, bro. I saw your Facebook message. Hopefully everything is going good for you, man.
Just to remind people again, I have now, there's a membership link is on there on the screen, but it's also pinned to the channel. I'm now able to have members, and we've had a couple of members join today, which was really, really nice.
Ooh, heck yeah, it is.
We go for a repost again. Who's saying anything here?
Ooh.
What's the first player that comes to mind when you see that kit from 2018 and 19?
Why don't I remember that kit? It does not stand out to me at all. Did we ever wear it?
It says 18-19. It's Tottenham's away kit. I can't remember it too tough, to be honest. But
yeah, no, I don't know. I could make something up, but I honestly don't even remember that kit.
I can make something up.
But yeah.
Oh, there it is. Atlanta close to agreeing a deal with Everton first defender Ben Godfrey. Atlanta put in an official bid this morning, and talks are now at an advanced stage. It's understood that Godfrey is keen on the move.
Cool. I like it when players are down to move to a different country. I think that's a respectable thing.
Fabrizio Romano, this was yesterday, a couple of days ago. Antonio Conte and Victor Osimhen. I'm aware of his situation. I know there's an agreement with the club, so it's a different case compared to the others. There's a pact between Victor and Napoli on his future, and I accepted that. Osimhen is expected to leave in the summer. No one's pumping the money for Osimhen because Osimhen's not involved in the European Championships. Osimhen's not involved in the Copa America. But Osimhen, Napoli wanted 130 million for this man. You ain't getting nowhere near 130 million. You're not even getting three figures for this fella. If anyone pays three figures for this fella, it can only be the Saudis. No one else is paying three figures. And in my eyes, he's not worth the three figures.
I wouldn't pay it. I know that you don't think he's much. You don't think much of him at all. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's worth that. To me, he seems like an Arsenal type player.
Well, have you seen Arsenal? They valued Nketiah at 50 million. I don't know what planet Arsenal on because no one's buying Nketiah for 50 million.
No, not at all.
And Reece Nelson, I think they're valuing him out of the market as well. Emil Smith-Rowe, who's a decent footballer, but I think they've priced him out of the market as well. Calafiori, which we know all about.
I would love Calafiori. That would be incredible. We could really have an incredibly strong defense for years to come if we got him. But if he came in, cue everybody saying, "Oh no, Romero's going to Madrid." You know what I mean? It would be. I feel like people will freak out no matter what happens. So we don't bring anybody in. People freak out. If we bring in a good player, people will say, "Oh, we're surely getting rid of one of our top players if we brought in this guy." It's just like, I don't know. I'm just kind of preparing myself for a fan base meltdown, whatever happens.
So the USA are playing Panama tonight.
Yes, sir.
Because you've got the Irish Hotspur doing it on their TIFO.
Nice.
So they're doing it on. They now do their watch-alongs on TIFO. So if people want to go and watch the Irish Hotspur on TIFO, you log into TIFO, like it says here. There's the referral code is flat cap, and it gets you into it. And there's another way of streaming watch-alongs.
Cool.
And I think this is the way forward for a lot of people who's going to start using TIFO going forward.
I'm gonna have to check it out myself. I'm intrigued, Jose. I'm gonna look at it. I've never seen it.
It's called, I don't know, TIFO, alpha.join TIFO, whatever it is, just there. But
we should talk about this after the show, you and I.
It's worth looking at. Craig O'Sullivan says, we need this. It might take time, but I fully believe it will happen. And then the first person, when Yama in pajamas, says, longer it goes on, another club will snap him.
Agreed on that. So, hey, I don't
Oh, did you know about this today?
What's up? Oh, let me make it bigger. I can't read that.
The club is proud to have achieved certification by BSI to ISO 2001-21, a standard for charitable sustainable event management, a key milestone for the club's journey to net zero by 2040.
Sweet.
Fantastic. That gets you all the trophies you need. Medical test today for Douglas Luiz as a Juventus player.
Hey, there's your boy Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, passed these irrelevant school exams and reports. 16 years of age. He's been studying whilst he's been away. He's been studying every night.
Good guy, good kid right there. Better than me. What was I doing at 16? Probably can't say it live on this, but
yeah, I wasn't. You don't want to be saying it. Keep quiet. Keep to yourself. Who's this?
Yeah, Messi will be rested against Peru.
Yeah, they're through Argentina, aren't they? So they can rest as many as they want.
Yep. So I'm really tempted. I don't know what to do. So hey, maybe I'll get your opinion. So, how important is it for me to see Messi in person? Wait. He's with the national team. He's not going to be there.
Who?
Cool. I thought about it. So, Inter Miami are coming to play Nashville Saturday, but Messi won't be there. He's at the Copa America. Perfect. I don't have to go. That was the only reason I was going to force myself.
I would have said to you if I've got a season ticket,
yeah,
right, and I'll put this to the chat as well. If I've got a season ticket, right, and I've got an opponent in Lionel Messi coming to play at my stadium, and I've got a season ticket, I am stopping everything that I'm doing. I'm putting everything down. I'm going to that stadium to see it.
Especially because I would have been like this far from him. You know what I mean? I'm so close to the pitch. So yeah, too bad. That's really too bad that he's not going to be there. I guess Suarez. I don't know. He doesn't play internationally anymore, does he?
Suarez has gone out. He's out with Uruguay.
Perfect. Okay, so he might be there. That would be cool.
No, he's out with Uruguay in the Copa America.
I thought you meant they were out for some reason.
No, he's out with Uruguay in the Copa America. He's out there as well.
Man,
the only people that'll end up playing would be Busquets if he plays, and Jordi Alba if he plays.
That's actually would be really cool to see too. Yeah, interesting.
So Busquets was Mark 1, Rodri's Mark 2. So people got to remember Busquets came before Rodri, and Busquets, when they were in the squads together, Busquets always played, Rodri didn't.
Right.
So if you want to see what Busquets is about, then yeah, he might be worth a watch.
Yeah, and it's probably, I mean, I don't know if it's my last chance, but one of them. So, and I haven't been to a match in a couple of weeks, so I think it's time to go. And maybe I'll finally do a vlog, take a page out of Leo's book, and get some cool content for you guys. See what the MLS is all about.
Do some content for your Talk and Ball channel. I keep telling you, maximize numbers, get more numbers by doing that. Leo obviously does it.
He does. I'm just worried that everybody here.
Job.
Yeah. Oh, his stuff is incredible.
Yeah, but people that watch Leo's stuff are also Tottenham people. Sure. It's not just the Denver people that are watching it, it's the Tottenham people that are watching it as well. They're watching it because Leo's putting it out there, because they're subbed to Leo. So it's the same as you. People are subbed to you, they'll watch what you put out there.
Boom.
And it's educational as well. It's something you should be doing. I said it 2 ages ago, but anyway.
Months ago. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think there's much more to discuss on the football front. When are you next back on, Mr. Colin, on Talk and Ball?
Well, so you said you have to work tomorrow. Is that correct?
I'm at work. So I'm away for work tomorrow, and in the evening when I get back, I'm away with family, and I'm away with family all day Saturday. Okay,
gotcha. Everybody, stay tuned. I might do a show at this exact same time, that we started today, so like 4 tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow morning for me, but yeah, I think I'll do that and see, maybe get my boy Alan, Mr. Raktos Madness, to join me.
Who was on the links there. He was my very first member. He's not here today, but he became a member a couple of days ago.
He's a great guy. And also, I can't wait to see you guys next on my channel. It should be fun. It's planned for tomorrow, 4 p.m. GMT.
You doing anything Saturday? Because you're normally off on a Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But Saturday is the game. So.
Your game?
Nashville.
Is Nashville in the evening kickoff?
Yeah, it is. It's like 7 or 8 p.m. kickoff. So
which is like midnight here.
Yeah, so I could easily do something like in the morning on Saturday. Perhaps we should. You'll be busy.
Who?
You, right?
I'm not around. I'm not around Saturday. I'm with the family Saturday, so I'm not around. That's why I'm doing my show. That's why I'm doing my show Sunday morning because it's the 30th of June is the last day of PSR, and between now and Sunday, if anything happens, I'll discuss it on Sunday.
Perfect. Yeah, everybody just watch this space or my space or whatever. Make sure that you subscribe to Talking Ball and hit the bell. See you tomorrow and probably Saturday.
Fantastic. Can I, before we go, Ilmatic says that Richie called Isaac Swap News fake on Instagram. He did. And I would like to thank Donna Cullen for becoming a YouTube member today.
Big up, Donna.
Tot Spurs, who became a YouTube member. Thank you, Dazza. And also to Donna Cullen for her super chat. And with that, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Hit the notification bell. I'll be back on Sunday. To be good to each other and all that, I'm going to let you do that, Colin.
All right. As always, be good to yourself and be good to others. Just everything's good when you're a nice person. So just be as nice to others as possible, and it'll all kind of circle back to you, and you'll feel better. People will feel better. It makes the world a better place.
And then, apart from that, I've enjoyed watching Postecoglou as a pundit. And for me, it's always going to be in Ange, I trust. And it's come on, you Spurs.
Woo.